everyone, and how are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are having a wonderful and fabulous day. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for clicking. I really do appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Gabe, and this is GabeLuvsMakeup, and I'm a 52-year-old makeup artist, and I have been in the industry for 30 plus years, and I still am in retail where I help customers just like you with skincare, makeup, and fragrance every single day. And with that said, guys, today I'm really excited. It's taken me a hot minute because of work, and I'm getting ready to move, and my room is a disaster because we're unpacking stuff. We're not moving till January 5th, but we got a lot going on. But in the meantime, we're trying to film in between and get some looks in. And so I wanted to create, I got this, this is the Mikayla and P. Louise collection that they got, that she came out with. I got that, and I also have this Marilyn Wet n Wild. I've got a few pieces of the collection from the Wet n Wild of Marilyn, as well as some Kiss Lashes by Marilyn too. So yeah, we're gonna do 2 looks with this particular palette. One side is blue and purples, and one side is more neutral. Today we're gonna be playing more with the neutral colors, and we're gonna be doing more of a red lip. So we're gonna do more of a classic, elegant, kind of a holiday type of look. And then we're going to do our part 2 with more of a blue purple icy holiday look. So so anyway, if you're interested, and if you're not interested in this one, then maybe you might be interested in more of the other one. But if you're interested in this one, then stick around and let's do it together. Just real quick before we get started, I don't know if this would call it a disclaimer or not, or whatever, what have you, but when I posted about this collection and that I was going to be kind of going over, it's not really a review, we're just really playing with it because this is my first time using P. Louise. I've never used the company before, so this is my first time using a product. I just wanted to throw this out there to you guys. They kind of brought to my attention that she's had some controversy in the past. I don't know a lot about that. All I know is I just wanted to try to palette. It's like, I don't get involved in YouTubers' dramas and all that kind of sort of thing. I try to just push myself out of it. We're here for the makeup in my channel. I'm not really here for whatever they do in their personal lives or what have you. You can always go and check that on and make your own assumptions or what have you. But if you're triggered by that, or if you don't like P. Louise, or if you have a thing against Mikayla, because a lot of people don't like Mikayla either, because Mikayla is the YouTuber that she collaborated with on this collection. If you don't like her either, I totally understand it. You can just, exit out. No issue there. I get it. I really like Mikayla. I get she's also had a lot of controversy in the past. But here on my channel, again, we just don't get into the drama because I'm not into the drama. I just don't care for it. The same thing with the Wet n Wild collection with Marilyn. I know a lot of people have strong opinions about using Marilyn Monroe's imagery because she is, has not been with us since, I think she passed away in, was it 1963 or 62? So anyway, people have used her trademark, but I'm just going to throw this out there real fast too. I feel like, there are people that are always they're going to market off of like James Dean and Marilyn Monroe, Marlon Brando, people that are no longer with us, Elizabeth Taylor. They're still going to market off of those people and trademarks. I love Marilyn Monroe. I've always really been infatuated kind of with her since a young child. So I've really enjoyed, collecting pictures of her, memorabilia and things like that. But I totally understand the person that was making the comment as well, and that it is, people do make money off of her name. So again, if that is something that triggers you, or if you don't like any of that, then just exit the video now. I totally get it. I understand it. I just thought this was a cute little collection, even though I know that it's not the most expensive collection in the world, and some people may think it looks cheap, or they don't like Wet n Wild or what have you. I just thought it was a cute collection. I thought it was nice to add to the holidays and what have you. So anyway, enough about that. I'm not going to say any more about that. If you're just triggered by any of those things, though, I'm not going to be upset if you don't want to stick around and watch the video. But anyway, I'm excited about it because I have always wanted to try P. Louise. I love her eyeshadow bases. I have 2 of them. They are my favorite. I use them all the time. It's one of my favorite as far as eyeshadow primers go, if not the best eyeshadow primer that I've ever tried. I really enjoy it. But I've never tried any of her eyeshadow collections, and they're really big. They're very massive. So this is a 52, it's a 52 eyeshadow palette. But this this is what the packaging looks like. It's got all the names and stuff on the back of the palette. There is a warning about what can be used around your eyes and what cannot be used around your eyes. Just please keep that in mind. It does give that on the back of the packaging. So there are some colors, I guess, that have more stainage in them with the blues and the purples. I'm sure that may be a little bit more harder around the eye area or not to use around the eye area. So just keep that. They do put that on the back of the packaging just to make yourself aware if you do ever want to pick up one of her palettes or this one. Last time I checked, it was still out of stock. They ran out of it. They sold out. I don't think they're going to redo it again because it was a limited edition collection. But who knows? They may bring it back around again for a second run. I'm not real sure. But anyway, this is what the outside of the box looks like. It's really beautiful. It's icy. It's really pretty. And this is what the palette looks like. So the palette is huge. Like I said, it looks like almost like a notebook. It looks just like a book. And when you open it, it actually lights up. So you can see it lighting up on the inside. It's how cute that is. It's so cute. It's very cute. It's very well thought of. It's supposed to be around, it's called the to have and to hold in case you get cold palette is what it's called, which is, I think it's kind of catchy, but it's got Mikayla and her husband's image on it before they got married. And this is what the actual palette looks like on the inside. So you've got like all of the neutrals here, which we will be focusing on today here. And then we have all of the more of the cooler tones, the purples, the blues, the icy colors more on this side. So we're going to be focusing more on this side today. I also have some other things in the collection, but we will be discussing that one in part 2. Today we're going to be using the Wet n Wild highlighter, blush. I've got a lipstick, a lip liner, there's a powder, a loose powder. We're going to be using all of that today from that collection. So I won't be using any more than Mikayla except for just the neutral palette. So if you want to see more of that, you'll have to go to part 2 and see that. But we're going to swatch these real quick because I want to play with, I just want to show you what the browns look like. I want to see how they swatch. And then we will go straight on into look. What I did was I swatched from this side over. So we stopped where the blues are or the purple start. And then we just did this down here. It is a pretty wide range as far as the way the colors goes. It goes from lightest to taupe to more brown to some gold shimmer. And then on the top part, if you guys can see here, it's actually more cool toned. So it's like there's 2 warmer colors there. That one's a little bit more warmer here, the last one. But this one here is more of a plum. So she's almost got like a plumminess to her. So it's more of a plummy brown. And then these up here are more like cooler browns. And then this one's a little cooler. And then it goes back into like warm again. So there's a little mixture of the warms and the cools. Some of them do look a little alike, especially in this part right here. I don't know how this would look on a much darker eye. It would be very interesting. It would be very dramatic, I would think, because of it being so light. But the pigment is really good. I mean, I swatched them once. I didn't even have to go back and swatch as far as swatching them goes. I didn't really have to add any pressure or anything on it either. The names are super cute too. I'm not going to go through all the names because it'll just take me forever because again this palette is just so big, but it is really pretty. I have to say I'm really kind of impressed with it so far. So let's dive into it. Oh, before I do that, I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video, so if you're interested in what my glow looks like, Vaseline came out with some new Vaseline, their new sheet mask. There's a box of 10, and you get like a box of 10 of these. They're on Amazon, and there's 4 different types of, I think there's 4 or 3 different types of masks. There's a moisturizing, this is the nourishing, and then they also have the brightening, and they're $15.99 for a box. And you can also get more than that. You can get a pack of the 3 different ones for $30. But anyway, I'll leave that link down below if you guys are interested. But these are really good. It really did do a really good job. It's very soothing, very hydrating. And I calculated it up, so it's like $1.80 a mask. So it's really, really good. So it is really nice. So anyway, with that said, without further ado, let's get into this palette. Again, real quick, guys. So I've got a little tight line on. With a little bit of a black brown pencil, and I did a little mascara. We have the IP Louise eyeshadow base on, and I did my brows, but there is no foundation on so far, so we've not done any of that, so we'll do that a little bit later. But let's start out with a refer brush. Let's start with a little bit. Let me grab my mirror. I'm going to do Snow White today. We're going to do her today. I think because I want to do this really kind of really soft. I'm gonna make like a crease and then kind of like do more of like that light kind of on the lid here. So actually, you know what? Let me pack some stuff first. I'm gonna take my Rephr. This is my Rephr. I'm using all my Rephr brushes today, by the way. So this is 21. And by the way, I think they're having a sale, but I can't remember, but they are doing a sale. So we're gonna go into the first one, and this one's called When You Know, You Know. And it's a very, very pale, almost it looks like a warm white cream color. And we're gonna go ahead and start pressing that all over the lid. And it's giving a beautiful, soft matte. I don't know, there's 1, 2, 3, like 3 shimmers in the brown shades. We may use a shimmer on the lid. I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe just staying matte. I don't know. You know how, I really don't know which way this is gonna go, guys, so I can't really say. Because I always say one thing and then I end up doing something else. But yeah, that's really pretty. It's a very beautiful, neutral type look color. But I want it to be a little bit more. Now, if you wanted to do something a little bit more softer, and even if you don't want to buy this palette, or you don't want to, if you're just interested in like using neutral color, oh, got a little flake there. And you want to do something like this at home, I'm sure you have some palettes like this. You could do a little bit more of a softer, creamier color if you didn't want it to be this vivid, because it is a little bit more of a whiter, so it's a little bit more vivid. So let me take more of a intense Rephr brush, a little bit more together. It's a little bit more, stuck together, so it's not so all over the place. And let's go into You Are Enough. And You Are Enough is kind of it's just a very, very basic kind of a beige color. And I'm gonna really just focus it more right in here, just kind of giving me that little bit of an accent right there. It's not much, so it's just giving me a little bit, but I can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is showing up a little bit. So each one of the colors look like they're gonna be alike, but they're not really, which is, it's kind of crazy, but it's really not. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit more here, and I wanna keep it more warm because there are a couple cooler browns in this one. So I want to keep it more on the warmer side, but that's really pretty. So now let me go into Dream Life, and Dream Life is she's more of a brown, she's a brown shade. So I'm gonna go in and really just I want to focus more out here. So that's a really beautiful, this is really pretty. I haven't done a nice taupe or really neutral, warm brown look in a while. And since we're gonna be doing like a red lip, and that's gonna be where all the drama is gonna be, I wanted it to be more of like a really traditional holiday look. I wanted this to be really soft and kind of pretty. So I'm thinking about just doing the top, but again, you know how I am, because I always say that and then I end up doing a bottom line too, but we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens with that. Now let me go back with my brush, and we're gonna go back to When You Know, You Know, and I'm gonna go up underneath my brow, and I'm gonna just kind of pack that underneath the brow here and create like a little bit of a kind of shape it a little bit like that. Now, if you guys want to watch, I did a Marilyn tutorial on my roommate when I first started my channel. I can find it, I'll link it for you up above if you want to watch it. But I did one on her, and it was really pretty. And I used a lot of actual some of the products that Marilyn used back in the day on her in that video, and she turned out really pretty. It was for her birthday, and actually her birthday is today, by the way. It's like, so this is kind of like an anniversary of what we did like 2 years ago. So I mean, it's kind of cool. So I'm gonna go back in and just add a little bit more of that Dream Life right there, just to give it a little bit more subtleness right there, because I want it to be, the shading to be different. You see that? See, I kind of like that, because it's really cool, because when we do the lashes and everything, it'll look really open. So now let me take a little bit of Short Queen, and she's more of a very warmer brown, and I'm gonna go in and add a little bit of her right in there. Because again, I want to keep it more warm and lit. Now you could do this with a very cool look too. So if you wanted to do it with more of a cool, but since we're doing a red, I want to keep it more, I want to keep it more of that warm undertone. Now, now we're going to go back over, I'm going to go over just a little bit more. I'm going to add a little bit of Chosen Family, and she's more of a cooler white. The first one we did was more of a warmer. This is more of a cooler. And I'm going to tap a little bit of her right over that lid to make it pop more, just a little bit more. It almost looks like a white liner, almost like a white, like we use like a white pencil or something. The Sigma brush is at the E75 brush, and it looks like a brow brush. We're gonna use like a liner. So I spray a little water on my mirror, and I'm gonna take a little bit, and I'm gonna dip it into this color called June Baby, and she's a really, really dark brown. And I'm just gonna wet her a little bit so I can get a little bit more here, because I want to go on and start creating a line. Just like that. See how pretty that is? It's really beautiful. I love the way that looks. And actually, this did really good wet. So it did a really good job as like a liquid. I love using powder as liner. It's one of my favorite things. It's like a cake liner. And I really do like it. Sometimes better than actually using a liquid, because sometimes I feel like it's a little bit easier to use sometimes. How it's gonna look. To give me just a little bit of like definition. It's like a double line, a little bit of underneath. That just gives me like a little bit more of a lift. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. I love it. I love the way that it looks. It's really beautiful. Of course, you know, I'm not going to use every shade in this palette, but they are really beautiful. I am going to take a little bit with this is my number 28 brush. And I'm gonna take a little bit of water on the 28 brush, and I'm gonna dip into the shade. This is the shade called Till Death Do Us Part, and she's kind of like like a shimmery off white. I'm gonna take a little bit of her right up above, just a little bit, not much, but just a little bit, just to give a little bit of a sheen there. But she's got a little bit of like this, it's almost got like a little bit of gold in it. But it's really pretty. Now, let me go off camera, and I'm going to put on some lashes, do the other eye, and we'll be right back, and we'll be able to start on the Marilyn look. Okay, guys, so I'm telling you guys, this look is so beautiful. It's so pretty. I love the way the match just blended really effortlessly. It's just so beautiful. And we used no shimmer. I did use my Dior, my Kohl white pencil, my Intense Kohl pencil in Dior. I love that white. I did a little bit of my Hypno Stroma mascara over top of these Kiss lashes that are, it's part of the Marilyn collection from Kiss, and it's called the It Girl. I used those lashes, and I took a little bit more of this color here. It's called the June Baby color. I took a little bit more of it up underneath it. We did a white there, and then we just kind of mixed it together up under it. But it's gorgeous. It looks really pretty. Did a little bit of my Natasha Denona concealer, and I mixed a little bit of my Dior Forever Matte and the Lingerie Depot by Glam, because I have this on, it's discontinued, but I thought I would play with it a little bit, and we set it with a little bit of one size powder. And so yeah, and a little Dior setting spray. So now we're ready to move on to the Wet n Wild. So I've got bronzer on. By the way, I did put on one of my favorite bronzers of the year, if not my favorite bronzer of 2023. This Infallible bronzer. Absolutely love it. So I thought, since I did this powder already, I thought we would do a little bit of, I don't know if we should do the loose powder first, or the powder. By the way, these collections all are $9.99 each. They all come together. You can get them on Amazon. I will link down below for Amazon, and also on Wet n Wild. And Wet n Wild was doing a coupon, so you could even get it even cheaper, but it's $9.99 for all the sets. So each one of them comes with a little puff in it, if it's a powder or a blush or the highlighter. So I don't know if we want to do the highlight first, or let's do the powder first. We'll do this. I have played with this. So this powder does come off a little bit more. I'm going to show you guys. It's very pretty. It goes on really, it's got a really beautiful, it's got a little bit of a glow to it. It's not super crazy, but it's a little bit more, it's got a little bit more of a yellowness to it. It looks like I'm going to take a little bit of my Sigma brush. This is the F44 brush. I'm just going to tap a little bit in it and just kind of show you guys a little bit because I've got a little bit of powder over top of it. It's not like a super glowy powder, but I mean, but it's got a little bit of a glow to it, but it's got a little bit more of a yellow undertone to it. I don't know why they picked a little bit more yellow, but it's really pretty. I mean, I've wore these a few days and played with it. And I mean, you can see a little bit of the glow in it on camera. You can see the glow there. So you can actually, if you want a little bit more of a glowier under eye, you could use it there. But it is really pretty. So far, I haven't seen anything wrong with it. It's very lightweight. It's a very pretty powder. So if you're looking for a little bit of a translucent type powder, but it's got a little bit more of a yellow underbase to it, because again, let you guys look again, you can see it's got a little bit more of that. It's a translucent, but it's got a little bit more yellow to it. You may really like that, but if you don't like translucent powder with a little yellow in it, you may not like that. But you know, for $9, you know, it's not bad at all for $9. So let's do a little bit of the highlight before we do a little bit of the blush. So the highlight looks like that. There's two highlighters. I got the Pinky Peach one, and this is what she looks like. She looks really beautiful. They're actually really pretty on, actually. Let me see. Let me take a little bit, another of my Sigma. This is the F03 brush. And by the way, guys, just to let you know, too, Sigma is, they're doing a 70% off sale now. So if you're, and of course, you know, I got a code. So you want to even know it's just a good time to buy brushes. If you're buying brushes, you know, any of the sites, Refer, BK Beauty, any of them, if you're looking for holiday brushes. But look how beautiful that is. So pretty. This has got a beautiful glow to it. And it definitely, she's definitely a little bit more of a blingy highlight. I've got the white pencil in here though. Remember, we didn't do any, I did only the one little bit of the shimmer on my lid. I didn't do any shimmer. All of these are matte pretty much up here. And the pencil is matte. So yeah, we didn't do any shimmer. Can you believe it? I'm always doing shimmer. I never go without shimmer. So I can't believe that I went without shimmer. That's a little crazy for me because, you know, I'm all about the shimmer. But look how beautiful that is. Now, I'm putting it on a little crazy because, you know, I'm crazy like that. And the blush has got a little bit of a, it's got a little bit of a glow to it too. But look how beautiful that is. That's a beautiful highlight. And again, for like, you know, the $9, it's like, that is, I can't remember if these are 9 or 7. These may be 7. There's 1 or 2 things in the collection, maybe 7, but I'm totally just off my rocker. I forgot that. So this is what it just got her name and the Wet n Wild on this one. It has little flowers on it. And by the way, the packaging does have a little picture of Marilyn on it, like this one is the lip kit. And it comes with, she's in the red, and then this one, she's in the white. And this one for particular, she's in the ballerina, or like the dress, the white dress. So I mean, each one of them have like a different little bit of a collector box. But nobody's really going to keep the box. But it does have her picture on the compact with the florals around it. I know some people feel like it looks a little cheap. But it is Wet n Wild. You know, it's like, you know, they're definitely more of an inexpensive brand. But their products are really, really good for what you get. They're really awesome products. So the packaging is to help sell it some, but I mean, but the quality of the product is there. So if you're looking for a really good product, but you don't want to spend a ton on it, these are really good. So this is the blush. So this is the rose blush. If I remember, there's only one blush though. And by the way, other than the red lipstick and the lip liner, and maybe one of the highlighters you could probably do, but the blush, the powder, none of that would work on a darker skin tone. So other than the red lip, the lip liner, maybe one of those, and maybe the lipstick, and maybe the highlight, the peach one, and I mean, because you can use it as shadow and stuff too. I wouldn't probably recommend it for a darker skin tone. I don't think it would look very good. But this is the rose blush, and you can see even on me, it barely shows up. Now I'm gonna try it. I've tried it a little bit for me with my BK Beauty brush. This is the 106 brush. I have used it a few times with this product. I'm going to tap a little bit up here over the bronzer. And so you guys see, I might have to put a little bit more of another blush over it in a little bit. but I'm just going to tap a little bit here up above my cheekbone, right through here. And you guys can see it shows up. I mean, you know, and it gives a really beautiful glow. It's a pretty blush. It's a really beautiful blush. It's really pretty. It's just a very, it's just uncertain. I think if you're any darker than me, it's not going to show up for sure. But it is a really pretty blush. It does give a little bit of that warmth, especially over the bronzer. It's really pretty. So anyway, I'm going to leave it on for a little bit and just see how it sits with this particular look today. We might have to go over, I pulled another one just in case we need to add a little bit more when we get in with the red, because I don't know what we're going to look like after we get in with the red lipstick, so we'll have to see. But that's pretty. I think I'm going to still have to use another one because it's just not giving me enough color. This is really pretty. It's almost like a highlighter for me. But it does give a little color, but it's just not enough for me. I just like a little bit more. So the blush, again, if you're any darker than me or around my skin tone, I would probably pass on the blush. The blush would not be worth it. But the powder, the highlighter, the powder's good. I like it. But out of the star of the show to me is the highlighter. So I really like it the most out of all of the collection. But again, for like $9, if you're looking for something like that, I think it's really cute. And I think it'd be worth your money. But if you're any lighter than me, then, you know, these would probably work really well for you. But I did put some concealer on my lips. I do have a little bit on my lips because we're getting ready to do, this is the lipstick and the lip gloss. So the lip liner, not the lipstick. And the lip liners are pretty red. It's a really pretty one. I've never tried Wet n Wild lip liners, so it's going to be interesting. And then the lip gloss, she doesn't have any smell. She's just basically it's just a basic red lip gloss. I'm going to actually use my Lisa Eldridge lipstick. I pulled out my Velvet Ribbon lipstick, so we're actually going to use it. So I'm going to put her below. So she kind of matches the lip liner pretty good. And then we'll do a little bit of the gloss over top of it. But, you know, so far, I'm really enjoying this. So you guys will have to let me know down below what you're thinking so far. But here, let's put on a little bit of the lip liner and see how she goes on. So she's definitely a more blue-red for sure. 100%. So I just finished doing the lip liner with this Marilyn Monroe Wet n Wild liner. And she's a little creamy. She's very, very super, super creamy, which is not bad. And it's a twist up, so it's great. But it's very, very like emollient. So it wants to move everywhere. So I had to take powder and a little bit of concealer and a little bit of more of this powder and really set it to, that's why it's like this, because my Lisa won't go everywhere because she's more of a matte because it's the Velvet Ribbons with more of her velvet formula. But it's okay, but I wouldn't recommend the lip liner. I would, if you wanted an inexpensive lip liner, I would go with the NYX. I know that it does come in the kit, so if you want the gloss or whatever, you know, for you just like a really creamy lip liner and you just want something. But when it comes to red, I want my red to stay. I don't want it to go anywhere. I don't want it to bleed everywhere because red is not a pretty color when it bleeds. So with that said, I'm not really crazy about the liner. But we're going to go in with my Velvet Ribbon lipstick because I love this color. It's so beautiful. And on a hair red. And during the holiday season, it's just so perfect. I normally don't like my reds to have, I really don't like my reds to have that the same color as the lipstick. I don't know how to. Yeah, that's pretty. That's really beautiful together. It's a pretty combination together. So now I'm going to take a little bit of the lip gloss. I'm just going to take a little bit in the center. And now the lip gloss doesn't smell like anything. It actually smells a little bit like paint. But most of Wet n Wild stuff does smell like paint. So I don't want too much gloss. I don't like too much gloss, but just a little bit of moisture. But that's really beautiful. That's really pretty. I like the way the skin is looking too. But I'm going to go in with a little bit of my Patrick Ta blush. This one is the plum one. I just want to give a little bit more, just a little bit more color. Just on the apple of my cheeks here. That would just can flush my skin out a little bit more because I'm feeling a little bit, you know, I might have to go back over with just a little bit more bronzer because the powder and the blush together kind of like wash the skin out a little bit. I'm gonna have to go back in and kind of get a little bit more color in there. That's a little better. Okay guys, so this is the finished warm neutral look with the red lip, with the classic red lip. I think it looks really beautiful. I think it looks really good with my sweater. I think all the colors look great. The brown on the bottom, because of the white liner, it looks like it's bluish, but it's not. I used the brown in the palette. So remember, I used this one right here. It's called June Baby. I used this one. It's just with a little bit of the white liner. It makes it want to look a little bit more on the cooler side, but it's really more of a warm, it's got a little bit of cool in it, but it kind of like a little bit, it's like I said, it's like a neutral with a little bit more warm in it, but it's really, the eyes are just gorgeous. I love the way that it turned out. I really like the whole neutral part. I can't wait to play with this blue part and play with these colors and the purples and really dive into the more cooler undertones, doing a whole cool look with it. That'll be part 2, so make sure you stay up for that. And I also have, that we'll talk about in that one too, is the blush, the P. Louise blush and the highlight. I got that as part of the collection as well, so we'll go over that. I love these Vaseline sheet masks, so if you get the chance to go over to Amazon and check it out, because this one may be something that you may enjoy, and it's not breaking the bank, and you get 10 masks for 15 bucks, so that's great. The palette is great. So far, I mean, so far, again, we'll have to talk about more about it when we do part 2 before I give a final verdict on it, but so far what I played with it, everything seems really smooth, everything's really great. We used all mattes except for the one shimmer. This is the only shimmer that we used in this, but there's only 3 in this section. So we'll have to talk about that in part 2. But as far as the Marilyn goes, love the lashes. The Kiss lashes are great. This is the second set. We'll probably have to use this in the next one. But I love the lashes. The lashes are great. As far as the collection goes, the powder, I like the powder. The little puffs that come with them, they're cute with the little bows and stuff on them, because each one of them, this is the powder one that comes with the powder, it's a little powder puff. I mean, I get it, it's very 1950-ish, it's very pretty, but I like I like the loose powder and love the highlight. The blush is really beautiful. It gives you a really beautiful glow. If you are someone that's a little bit more fairer, more of a light medium skin tone, this would look really beautiful on you, but on me, I had to add a little bit more of my Patrick Ta to give me any color, so it's really pretty. It can make you a little washed out. Remember too that the translucent powder is a little bit more on the whitish yellow side, so you have to be careful with it too. It can make you look a little bit more lighter, especially if you do bronzer. You may have to go back over with your bronzer a little bit, or use it just setting and then do the bronzer instead of going over top of it, so that way it won't take away your color. But I mean, I do like the powder. The powder's great. As far as the lip goes, I'm not crazy about this lip duo. It's just the lip pencil is a little bit too creamy, a little bit too all over the place. I love that it's retractable, and I love the price on it, but it's just that it's a little bit more, it's just too creamy and it wants to move around. The lip gloss, I'm not liking the way the lip gloss feels. I don't know why. I just don't like it. There's something about it that I'm not crazy about. The color is really pretty. The color is really beautiful. I'm sorry, it's about ready to drop it. The color is really pretty. It's a pretty color, but I'm glad that I put the Eldridge on instead, because I think just the gloss alone would have just been kind of icky, because I don't like, there's something about the way that it feels, and I don't like the way that it smells either. It's got like a very paint kind of smell to it, but it's Wet n Wild. I mean, go figure. I mean, but if you want something kind of quick, a quick red, the lip gloss may be great to you. You may really enjoy it, because I know that Wet n Wild, I think they're cruelty free and bunny free and all that good stuff. So bunny, what is it, bunny approved or whatever. Yeah. So you definitely, that might be something, especially if you're watching your pocketbook, this may be a good red for you. Just for me, I'm just not really super crazy about it, but everything else I really like. I mean, so I've really enjoyed this. This has been a fun video. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, make sure that you subscribe, hit that thumbs up button. I would really do appreciate it. And I'm so glad that you were here. If you didn't like this video, then you know what? I don't know what to say to you. I just don't know what to say. It is what it is. And that's it. But I had a good time, so I hope that you had a good time. So anyway, remember, be safe, be strong, be proud, stand tall, love yourself. Remember to tell somebody that you love them today, because life is way too short. And also remember to be kind to someone, because kindness can go off a long way. And with that said, guys, I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out. I love ya. Bye.